you to imagine you're in an interview or working at your everyday job, and either your interviewer or a client sees one of your many tattoos slip out from under your sleeve, and immediately you can tell they don't like what they see. Shortly thereafter, you hear that you either didn't get the job, or you get to talk with your boss about covering up your tattoos before you lose your job. This is an issue that many people nowadays are struggling with the rise of a tattooed population in a country that's got a relatively older view of professionalism. Today I'm going to talk about the struggles that tattooed people go through with applying for jobs and maintaining those jobs, and how we can do to support the cause. First point I want to make is that people with tattoos or piercings aren't always seen as professional by management or by clients. This leads to a lot of limited opportunities for tattooed people. For example, I couldn't go and sell cars with all my tattoos showing because they wouldn't view it as good presentability. They would look at me, they wouldn't be able to take me seriously. They'd probably think that I have biased opinions, or that my opinion simply doesn't matter because I'm not viewed as a good person. This particular thing happened with a worker named Kendra Beringer in Canada. She had lost a job due to some facial piercings that they wouldn't even give her the option to hide or take out at work. This led her to start a petition, and the Canadian Broadcasting Company did an article on June 17, 2014, kind of telling her story, and there have been many more stories like this since then. With the tattoo population rising, there's about 42% of Americans in the United States are tattooed, as far as adults go, hopefully. Of these people, about 76% of them feel that their tattoos hurt their chances at getting a professional job. This is a staggering statistic I received from StatLaw.com, support for tattoos and piercings at the workplace. Kendra Beringer took action to show these employers and consumers that you never know how good someone's going to be at the job unless you look at their credentials instead of just looking at their face. She said that in her interview with CBC in 2014 as well. Creating petitions shows support of the cause from you, your coworkers, your clients, even just the general environment that you may be in. Businesses, once a petition is filled out, they cannot deny employment just based on the skin that you are displaying, whether it be tattoos, piercings, or any other type of body modifications. Petitions, in a way, force them to look past that and look at your credentials to see if you would be a good fit for their company, even with the tattoos and piercings. This raises awareness and satisfies the need for bringing this issue to light, because the more petitions are out there, the more people are going to know about the issue, the more people are going to realize that people are scared to get professional jobs just because they fear they might not get them. One thing you can do personally is to start your own petition by going to StatLaw.com. They have done over 22,000 petitions since they started, and just this year alone, they have also raised over $22,500 for charity. The reason they do charity is to show them, even outside of the workplace, that we are good people, whether or not we have skulls or angels or monsters on our skin. It really isn't perceived as an issue by most people unless we act on it. We need to be the voice and to let people know that we are struggling, and that we need to do something about it. If we speak up and we be heard, more people can understand that we need to take action. And results follow this action. Studies have even shown from the Washington Post, and the article they wrote in 2016, that tattooed employees actually benefit certain businesses. For example, if you're a bartender at a new club, you're going to bring more clientele in because they're targeted to younger crowds, which are quite obviously more, freedom of creative expression is more important to us as a newer generation. We're more open to showing who we really are, and how that may not make us a bad person. One quote that I found from an article in the Washington Post was said by Andrew Timming from Daily Mail. He said that body art can be seen as an asset in the labor market as long as the applicant's tattoos are compatible with the organization's wider brand personality. This goes along with the argument stating that we can bring more business into certain companies that are open to having tattoo clientele, being more creative with their expressions. And we have the power to make a difference, and all that we need to do is take the action. So let's review. Tattoo acceptance is a very serious issue, and that we need to take action for anything to happen. Petitions are created by people like you and me, and have proven to be effective in multiple businesses in the past. And more importantly, you need to stick up for yourself. If anyone hinders your creative expression, there are things you can do. Go to stafflaw.com, get a petition, and let your voice be heard.